Race 5, the first leg of the quaddie, and hopefully punters have got some extra credits in their account after 4 really well-backed gallopers so far today. This race, though, much more open. Scottish Gold is the best backed, 440 into 360 yesterday, and has remained at that quote on race day. Valour a $4 second elect. Regal Valour at $4.40, Figo the Great at $5, and there has been a little bit of specking for one of the roughies, runner 11, Rebel Typhoon, who's been 27 into 20, but Scottish Gold heads a relatively open market in race 5. And remember the Mates Mode app on the Ladbrokes app, chat, share and bet together.
This mounting yard is brought to you by Fuse by King G, the next generation of workwear.
Yeah, I'd imagine that Nick Quinn had struggled to keep up with all the Mates Mode groups he'd be in. He's got that many mates. As we go to the yard for race 5, first leg of the quaddie, Figo the Great is where we'll kick things off with third up. Good effort last time out, but he was still a fair way off the first two.
He was good first up, I thought, and he has been good since his maiden win, so that's always an important factor to look for these horses when they do win maidens and then go out of maiden class. You can see horses with good form that don't quite stand up out of it. The horse does. I think it's an improver off the back of that first up run. It's going to enjoy the extra little bit of a trip and goes in as one of the life chances.
Yeah, that's the issue when you've got doctors like handwriting. Second up, not third up, Figo the Great. 4 is Valour from the Simon Zara stable. He's definitely third up.
He is definitely third up. I've double-checked that for you here. He was good enough last start in a fast race at a big price. Thought his first up runner, Seymour, was very good as well. Suited on some soft ground. Actually suited on all ground, really, Valour. You can see why he's short in the market. Originally was concerned about the wide barrier, less so now. I think he's in live chance as well. Heaven
is horse number 6, up in trip after probably a bit sharp for her over 1400 at Sandown first up.
Yeah, very interesting placement that. It was just, I think, getting that run out of the way and maybe helping with the rating. Obviously looking for a little bit further than that, and it was in better company. I think it's one that could really grow a leg off that first up run. I do really like the price here. You'd be happy to have a little each way bet there. It's going to be interesting to see just how they do ride. Is a horse that when it did win went forward over further, and I'd like to think they'll maybe be positive here.
We'll have a look at the 7 a little bit later, but 8 is Regal Valour, resuming from the Macumani stable.
Just a really good fresh horse, two starts for a win and a third. It was very good over further than this through the back end of last prep. It's consistent. It barely knows how to run a bad race. I think it was disappointing at Sandown in a benchmark 73-year-old fillies over a mile last time in, but apart from that, it was never further back than 4th, and I could see it being very, very good fresh here again, and for that, it goes on top for me.
Scottish Gold is horse number 10. I know it was a small field maiden that she won last time out, but I do think she's a horse with a bit of upside, Sam.
With a heavy 8 as well, which is a little bit of a query, and no doubt deserves to be hard in the market. It's just whether, has answered enough questions from that run. Went to the front. It was an easy victory. They never really took the horse on. Certainly feel like it's going to be winning another race or two. I haven't got into my top couple, but definitely in selections there.
Adam Kyneton thinks that she'll be winning today. He's got Scottish Gold as his best bet for the meeting, as he mentioned in his preview with Sam Doran earlier on. Let's have a look at Rebel Typhoon, horse number 11. T.A. Nugent rides. Sat outside the leader last time out at Cranbourne over the mile and was fading out of it.
Yeah, this will be the go-forward horse. Probably put a little bit of speed into the race. 1,030 days since its last win. Which was a Benalla maiden over a mile. Hard to see it turning the form around. That said, it can run well, but it really battles to get over the line. So maybe you can go forward and hold on for a little way, but I think it's going to be hard to win for it.
Nigel Blackiston's made a couple of gear changes with Madame Solario, who's had a few runs back from a lengthy absence. The blinkers are back on, the winkers are off again.
Here's a horse we're talking about out of maiden company, probably since its win. Unplaced 6 times. 495 days since its last win. The rise in trip no doubt helps it. Alana Kelly from barrier 3. Where she gets in the run, I think she'll probably get back a little way. Hard to see it turning it around today.
We've got to go back to a couple that we didn't catch the first time we went through them. So let's go back to the one. This is JF Thunder from the Hawks Guard. Second up and up in trip.
Has battled in a couple of starts since its maiden win. That said, first up was okay for a run over further, so gets its opportunity here today. Does carry the 60 kilos. That said, look, it'll be helped by the 1850. Don't have it in my numbers though, and probably needs to improve a touch on what we've seen since its maiden win.
And the 7 was the other horse we didn't have a look at earlier. Here's the gelding by Magnus here with me. Brokey's made in a couple of starts ago here at Kyneton over this course and distance, but then last time out in a similar race was beaten over 12 lengths, so might have struggled with a step out of a maiden company.
Yeah, won its maiden start 20 and feel that it might have had its birthday there a little bit. I think it found the right race. It battled at $51 following that. You can see why it's sort of $61 there at the moment. Hard to have. Good luck.
Tips here.
Tips here are 8, 6, 10 and 4. I'm with Regal Valour. I do quite like the fresh record. I think it can prove a hard horse to beat. I think its form all through the back of last prep was very good. Heaven's the interesting one, which I think is quite a nice price there. Really happy with Scottish Gold stepping up here. I think, as I said, it's going to win more races. It was just a little bit short for me to put it on top, but Vadaboy looks like it's shortening a little bit now as well. Is a horse who's been handy in similar races recently, and you can see why it's in the money.
Scottish Gold, the best bet, the on-top selection for Adam Kyneton, ahead of Figo the Great, then JF Thunder and Regal Valour. 10, 3, 1 and 8. What's happening here in the market, Nicholas?
Well, punters have been seeing them very nicely throughout the course of the day, and maybe that could continue here with Vadaboy, who's been backed into favourite since we last looked at this market. $4.40 into $3.80. We've got Regal Valour now a $4.40 second elect. Now, Scottish Gold was favourite when we last peaked at this market, has eased to $4.40, now the equal second elect at that quote. Figo the Great at 5, Heaven $7.50, double figures or better the rest, but Vadaboy the best backed, and Regal Valour has been popular as well in the first leg of the quaddie, which is now just a couple of minutes away. And remember, you can use mates mode, chat, share and bet together.
Plenty of mates as always for you, Nick, so you must struggle to keep them all in one group.
It's enough from you. I wouldn't be giving too much cheek after all the social media flack you've been copying for your attire today.
Oh, just when you've got style, I think people appreciate it, surely. Speaking of style, let's go to Simon Zara.
Well, Simon, the first thing I sort of noticed with your boy Vadaboy, he's quite a big burly individual. I thought he might be a little bit trimmer, but you're saying that's him.
Yeah, it is him. He's sort of nice and round sort of horse, but yeah, you know, he carries a fair bit of condition and build him up nice and slow. I think third up 1850 is probably ideal.
You would have had this race probably circled essentially your home track in many ways for a little bit, but the form leading, you've been pleased with how he's progressing?
Yeah, look, we probably got sucked into the way the track was playing at Geelong the other day. We drew in and just sort of rode him forward and sort of just got sucked into it a little bit. But, you know, we'll ride him back from that ordinary gate, just sort of wait our time, try and get on the back of something and hopefully just sort of come up the middle of the track.
You've been pleased with him in between runs?
Yeah, definitely. We just sort of poked him on. He worked nice Saturday. So, you know, we're just sort of trying to build his fitness into get him up over, you know, 2,500 in time.
That's his sort of pet range, well above sort of 2,000 metres, but he's fit enough, you feel, to win today? Yeah,
I definitely. I think if he gets the right run and a cosy run, you know, from the 600, doesn't have to do a lot of work. He's got a nice turn of foot, so hopefully we can find the right bum. That's probably going to be the key in this race.
Best of luck.
No, thank you.
Bit of confidence there from Simon Zara with Vadaboy. Big boy, but he's had a couple of runs. He's been thereabouts. He's third up. Just where he gets to from the draw could be a little bit tricky, and that's what Simon alluded to there as well, Sam.
Yeah, finding the right bum is very important for a horse like that who's going to get back. Just watching him pre-race with Clark of the course, I think he strolled off and was being a little bit of a handful. I'm not sure if that's normal or not, but going back to his first up run, 2 starts back, I think that was very, very good for a race like this. As he said last time, maybe he just got sucked in and rode him a little bit upside down. So look, good luck to the Simon Zara team. I nearly to Elton. Went back to the Elton Zaras then. No, he does a great job out here, and I think he's got a horse that is going to be hard to beat if he can get that bum that he's looking for.
I would have it to die hard. First leg of the quaddie coming up. Skinny first leg as far as the way you'd play it?
Yeah, just keen to take the 3 there, 5, 6 and 8. 6 and 8, sorry. 5's I've obviously still got my scratching numbers in front of me on the computer. Apologies about that. So yeah, just short in the first leg. We open it up a little bit towards the back end. 2, 5, 8, 1 in the second leg. 1, 9, 7 in the third, and we'll come home with a few, hoping that we're still in the money. And $120 will get you 100%, and $60 will get you 50%. $30, 25%. did finish maths.
You did indeed. Better than me. Speaking of which, Nick Quinn, what's happening in the market?
The top two in the market have firmed again since we last looked. Valour now into $3.60 and has been pretty popular. And Regal Valour has been popular as well, now $3.50. So they've both firmed up late. The initial favourite when we looked at the market, Scottish Gold, has eased all the way out to $6. So punters primarily working around runners 8 and 4 in the first leg of the quaddie.
Been a good day for the punters as well here too, Sam.
Yeah, look, makes sense. I think Scottish Gold getting out a little bit. I do like the horse. It's a live chance. Just felt that, as we touched on, that win probably didn't tick enough boxes for me to be taking into the $2 range, $2 to $3 range with it. But Regal Valour and Valour look like the ones the market want to be with.
Loading process well underway for the 1850 metre fifth race of the day. Here's Adam Free's call.
So about half the field in. Rebel Typhoon's the next one along. It's been quite some time since he's won a race. He's still eligible for a Class 1. JF Thunder loads, and the last couple are Heaven, who's got a white coloured cap, owned in similar interest to JF Thunder, and Vataboy, the outside gate. So the fifth today is the Midland Express Class 1. And the field's right to go at the 1850 start. Already. Line looks pretty good. No signal yet. Vataboy just bouncing around a little in that outside gate. And JF Thunder's rider calling out for some assistance. It's just a bit unsettled in there, JF Thunder. So an attendant goes right up beside Damien Thornton now. The starter, who had come away from the stand briefly, is now back around. So it might have been a mechanism issue, perhaps. But anyway, signal now, and they're underway. After all that, they did break in a pretty even line. Scottish Gold pushing through. JF Thunder's right there looking for the lead. Heaven not far away. And out deeper on the track is Here With Me. Then a Rebel Typhoon, followed by Regal Valour. Figo the Great, Vataboy towards the back, so too Madame Solario as they turn out of the straight. So JF Thunder led and has about 3/4 of a length to spare at the 1400 from Heaven, who moved up into second. Scottish Gold third, Here With Me left out 3 deep. Then Rebel Typhoon, about 6th on the inside is Regal Valour. A length away to Figo the Great, Madame Solario, and last is Vataboy as they travel into the back. Doesn't appear to be too much speed on, so JF Thunder afforded a nice run here as they head up to the 1000. JF Thunder out by a length. Heaven sits second. Third, the inside Scottish Gold. Fourth, Here With Me. Regal Valour is 5th. Rebel Typhoon in 6th. 2 away then, or just under 2 lengths to Figo the Great, Madame Solario, and Vataboy will have to show some sprinting prowess today. He's last in a fairly slowly run race so far as they head off the back. But with 700 to go, the pace is ramping up a little bit. Heaven's working up closer to JF Thunder. Scottish Gold third from Here With Me. Regal Valour, Rebel Typhoon, Madame Solario, Figo the Great. Vataboy remains last as they head up to the home turn. So JF Thunder's keeping out Heaven, who's still 3/4 away. Scottish Gold just can't reach them. Regal Valour going back to the fence, and then followed Figo the Great, Madame Solario and Vataboy. JF Thunder beat off Heaven as they turned into the straight. JF Thunder 2 to 3 lengths in front. Regal Valour starting to catch up with him though. Then Vataboy and Figo the Great. JF Thunder collared by Regal Valour. 100 to go. Regal Valour swept to the lead, put up a length, and Regal Valour goes on to win by that 1 length margin over JF Thunder second, Vataboy third, then Figo the Great. Madame Solario was next home, followed by Heaven and Scottish Gold, and further back we had Rebel Typhoon, and last in was Here With Me. Regal Valour, number 8, ridden by Declan Bates for Matt Kamani. Declan switched back to the fence to get through inside of Scottish Gold around the home turn, and then just switched out into that 3 or 4 horse off the fence lane in the home straight to sweep past JF Thunder late, and has gone on to score well. The mare hadn't raced since August, so she's been able to win fresh up today. Number 8 to defeat 1, JF Thunder, 4, Vada Boy in 3rd, and 3, Figo the Great runs in 4th. 8, 1, 4 and 3. Regal Valour, number 8's a 4-year-old mare by So You Think, winner trained by Matt Kamani and was ridden by Declan Bates. And defeats JF Thunder, number 1, who's by Britain Tycoon for the Hawks team and Damien Thornton. 4, Vada Boy 3rd is by Vadamos for Simon Zara and Dean Holland. 4th in was Figo the Great, and 5th in Madame Solario. The margins are a length by 2 1/4, and the time for the race 1:56.61. Regal Valour was backed into favourite late, 4:40 down to 3:40. Jumped as favourite, 3:61.50 Super Tab. JF Thunder 3:70 and $1.50 for the 3rd placed Vada Boy. And Nick Plant is here representing the Matt Kamani team. So let's head down and hear with Sam, who's alongside of him.
She's a bit of a first up specialist, Nick.
Yeah, look, that was terrific today. Credit to Deck. We had a good chat before the race, and he actually came out and trialled her, and he's ridden her at home. So he's working really hard, Deck, and it's great to get the rewards. I thought he rode her really, really well. She's obviously first up at that trip, and as I say, she's got a bit of first up form, but we really had to see her hitting the line, whether that was in a winning position or just running home strongly. We just really had to see that.
A little bit unusual because her 2 first up wins have been at 1460 and now the 1850. So where do we go from here with her?
Yeah, look, she's always looked like she'll get out in trip. Probably the main thing with her is just making sure she settles, which she did today, which was terrific. Said she only had the 1 trial going in, so she's going to take a lot of benefit from it. She's still getting there in her coat, but no, it's great to get a result for Regal Bloodstock, and as I say, it was a peach by Deck, and there's a few owners on track, so that was good too.
Well, that'll be good for the Christmas celebrations as well, a little bit more fruit for the sideboard, but with the plans for her going forward, where do you think she can get to?
Yeah, look, a few of the jockeys that have ridden her before actually have said that they do think she's at least midweek sort of off Saturday class, so we won't be in a rush. We'll find the right race for her. We'll just see how she comes through it, so hopefully she can take a fair bit of benefit from it, and we'll go from there.
She's in at the right time.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Nick. So, Nick, using the latest on this really well performed sort of little mare here. She's building up a bit of an odd profile. That's her 10 start. She's got 2 wins, but both of them have been first up. She's a daughter of So You Think. He signed a winner earlier in the day as well. He's doing a tremendous job as a stallion, and it just proves how hard it is to win races anywhere these days. You can have a good siren, a good dam, and you get a nice horse, and they can be tough to win. But a nice win by Regal Valour here first up. Declan, Nick gave you a nice rap for the ride. What would you give it out of 10?
Look, I had plenty of horse underneath me. I think everywhere I went, I was sort of travelling like the winner, and it was just a matter of picking my path. I felt like I was following the right horse in the run with Blake McDougall in front of me, and it sort of brought me where I needed to be. And when I sort of clicked her up, she quickened up very well.
This is a horse you've done a little bit of work with at home?
Yeah, her last trial, I trialled her, so I knew she was coming here sort of fit enough to be nearly winning first up, so which helps when you know him like that. And yeah, she, like I said, she's done it quite easily in the end.
Good training performance to get her to win first up at the 1850 too.
Absolutely, he does a super job with all his horses. Like you said, you have confidence on him going out there that they're fit and ready to win. So yeah, hopefully he just keeps the winning flowing now for the two of us.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Perfectly timed ride there from Declan Bates on the winner, Regal Valour. Have to admit, Sam, watching it live, coming to the turn, I thought Damien Thornton had pinched it here on JF Thunder.
Absolutely. He did everything he could for that horse. They were nice and steady early, and then he started to ramp it up and just get them running, probably about the 6. Heaven outside, he beat that horse off quickly. Obviously, I was on the winner, but I was a little bit worried here. Did need to do a lot of chasing. Matt Kamani, what an effort he has done with this horse. 3 starts now first up for 2 wins and a 3rd, and you're winning first up over 1850. So You Think gets its second or his second winner for the day. Well done, Simon Zara. I think he was He was unfortunately not really able to get sucked into the race, but that horse has run well. He's going to continue to improve from that. But all honours the winner. I think it was very good. Well done, Damien Thornton. If he had a quiet God there, he might have just been a little right of the day there as well. I think it was a great effort. But good to see that horse get the job done again for Matt Kamani. Again, fantastic effort to be 1850 first up and get the chocolates.
Agree completely. Regal Valour comes with a perfectly timed run to win the first leg of the quaddie. Time for a break. On the other side of this, we're joined by Tim Yeaman to bring us the latest in racing news.
Take racing to the next